Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, Air the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about ex-Navy SEAL Dan Barkhuff and why he is backing Kamala for some reason, and like basically jerking off the Democrats all over X. There's what it seems like, and talking shit to other people about Trump and everything else like that. And really, it just sounds like a deranged motherfucker at this point, honestly, dude. It sounds like a guy who murdered a bunch of people over there in the Middle East during his time in the military and is either PTSD'd out or something. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. But, yeah, it's just crazy, crazy stuff. We're also going to talk about a couple other Democrat stories, too. I would have done this in the last Aftermath, the other stories there. But I had stuff I had to do there for a little bit. We ended up obviously losing that thing in the game I was playing then, unfortunately. But I did get MVP, so that's cool. So, yeah, that was fun. But, yeah, Dan Barkhuff, I had no idea who this guy was until about probably 40 minutes ago or so, give or take. And then I looked up some stuff on him and whatnot, and it turned out he was a Navy SEAL of some kind. At some point during the 20 years there in Iraq, Afghanistan, etc., overseas there, the Federal War that we started back during Bush's administration, went all the way to Trump. And then Biden's dumbass pullout that actually did kill service members there, Danny Boy. Which you don't mention that, though, do you? No, you don't, because it actually would mean you'd have to stop cooking for your fucking dumbass Democrat buddies with this there, buddy. Since you're obviously a Warhawk piece of shit is what it is, dude. And this is something I've realized over the last couple of years, like I used to be all about, the whole thank you for your service to guys that are military vets and stuff like that. Now, it's a case-by-case basis kind of thing, because, truthfully, there's a lot of these guys that are some of the biggest oath-breaking fucking douchebags ever that should have never been in any kind of military branch, let alone in any kind of military service at that point, because they are seriously, like, off their goddamn rockers is what it is, dude. They were fucking nuts to begin with. I'm shocked as hell they were able to pass the psych evaluations and stuff like that even get in the fucking military. But yeah, all they wanted to do was go overseas and kill people is what it was, dude, legitimately. And not even, like, the actual terrorist enemy, just, like, random fucking people is what it was, which is pretty much what this Dan guy admitted to in this, because that Gunther Eagleman guy was going, he was coming up in the trending section there, what it was. Because apparently what he said was the following, and then Dan responded back to him with what it was here. Gunther said, "If you're a dude and you vote for Kamala Harris for president, your man card gets revoked immediately," to which Dan's response was, "I'm going to vote for Harris 20 years to the day from when I led a SEAL sniper team into Fallujah, where we cleared houses with frags and breached doors with green tip because we ran out of PET-N, which is some kind of explosive, and C4. I feel okay about my man card. Where were you during the war, champ?" Well, in that time in history, buddy, personally, I don't know about where the Gunther Eagleman guy was, but I was in fucking high school, literally a freshman in high school at the time, when 9/11 happened. And then I would have technically been 18 and not fit to actually join the military at that point because of my sight, my health, etc. Actually, at that time in history, when I was 18, I was actually fighting a full body peeling that Christmas, and has led to every single health issue I've had for over 20 years now. So, yeah, that's where I was at, buddy. So, anyway. But, yeah, imagine being the kind of guy that's like, oh, we were clearing houses with fucking frags and shit. Like, what the fuck? The thing is, too, it's like, okay, and who's to say the houses that you were clearing were even actual terrorists at that point? It wasn't just some random-ass people in a fucking town, dude. So, yeah, this guy could have been over there killing a bunch of innocent people is what it is for the fuck we know. Like, it's just again, it goes back to that whole, like, oh, I think I'm a fucking alpha male kind of bullshit. And it's like, no, dude, you're just a beta fucking cuck that followed orders is what it was, dude, for real. And apparently you're still following orders from the dumbass Democrat Party now is what it sounds like. So, the old establishment fucking Rhino/Dems back then that you're following now is what it is, bro. So... And then Dan also said this stupid bullshit. This is when I actually got involved in this situation. I actually called his ass out on this one on X then, before I eventually blocked him because I'm not going to have a fucking back and forth. This dumbass is what it is. I had my say. He had his say. It's whatever. This is what his dumbass said about 13 hours ago, give or take. Said, focus groups show veterans think Trump is a crap leader and disrespectful to military families and American service members killed and wounded, especially John Kelly, who Trump disrespected over Kelly's son's literal grave. Said Trump is losing veterans. It's happening. Yeah. And guess what, dumbass? Focus groups that are literally like fucking, 10, 20 people don't mean shit, asshole. When you're literally uniting the rest of the fucking country, you jerk off. And my response to him under our network moniker there was literally this. I said, nobody gives a shit, Dan, because it's fucking neocon Warhawk cunts like you that have kept us in forever wars for the last 50 plus years. You fucking Dems won't send our sons and daughters to go fight your horseshit wars in Ukraine or anyplace else. Go fuck yourself. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of stupid bullshit is what it is, dude. Like, it's a bunch of fucking clown asses that don't know a damn thing what it is here, dude. And then there's people back and forth in this dude's comment section over that one about the Trump veteran things, what it is there. Like, you got the one guy talking about, again, these fucking Dems keep projecting Project 2025, which Trump isn't even running on, by the way. I want to point that out. I was talking about military VA cuts and stuff like that. And then, let's see where else we're going to go. Yeah, and he had FBI surveillance team saying, don't know a single veteran who voted for Trump. Guaranteed in Minnesota, workplace, whatever case be. And this guy said, I'm a vet supporting Trump. Somebody else said, never understood how people could believe Trump over a 5-star general. Yet I still have military friends who are big Trumpers. Of course, live in Alabama, so there's that. Well, that's what I'm saying right there. Look at that shit, dude. Like, you got these people who are claiming to be either military themselves or have military friends, and then giving those people shit because they live in, like, a state like Alabama. Like, you're just insulting people at that point, dude. That's all it is. And that's the left in the nutshell right there, dude. It's just fucking clowns like that. And then again, you got, like, going further down this guy's comment section, you got stupid fucking cunts like this right here is what it is. U.S. vet and woman, too, not voting for Trump. Project 2025 is a slap in the face to every service person and veteran. Yeah, and you're too fucking retarded to realize he's not even running on it, you stupid bitch. Like, that's the entire point. And yeah, like every other fucking, it seems like every, like, 3-4 fucking things, responses, and this is all, oh, it's fucking Project 2025, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you guys are so, I swear to God, these people are fucking TDS'd out, dude, seriously. And if it's not Trump derangement syndrome, it's 100% fucking, like, just fucking retardation is what it is, man, for real. So, like, it's just so fucking dumb, dude, is what it is. Like, I guarantee these are the same people that literally went to war for a constitutional republic and then want to talk about a democracy. Like, that's the kind of mentality we're talking about here, man. And it's not as if, like, these, you know, Democrat vets, is what it is here, too, as well. It's not as if these people don't constantly contradict themselves every single time that they, you know, open their mouths, pretty much. Because, and again, who's to say it's not, you know, I'm not going to go too far into it, but who's to say it's not the fucking, you know, because they give them, like, what is it, like 50 different shots and they go in the military, there's what it is, dude. Who's to say it's not some kind of drug cocktail that's causing them to be all fucked in the head is what it is then, you know? So, or then again, it could be, you know, again, brain damage from fucking, you know, if you're clearing houses and then some fucking Taliban guy, you know, shoots an RPG at your fucking unit and stuff like that, and you kind of get messed up, and whatever the case be, your head gets a little rattled and stuff like that. Who's to say you don't have like a concussion at that point or something, you know? And again, it could also be, you know, traumatic brain injury stuff that is there. So I'm just saying, man, it would explain a lot, honestly, on that, dude. And a lot of those people, for that matter, too, as well, dude, if they just got, you know, head trauma and stuff like that in the military. I'm not trying to laugh, but I mean, it does make sense. Like, why the hell would you be voting for Democrats in 2024, dude? Otherwise, unless you have, like, serious fucking brain damage. So, anyway, jumping back over to X for a minute here. Get this one pop on my feed. We got Wall Street Silver saying, frightening how accurate this is. And this guy was saying, if you haven't figured it out by now, our entire government is a huge mafia who launders our tax money right back to themselves through foreign aid and endless wars. They all hate you and could care less if you suffer and die horrible deaths as long as they get rich. Exactly. And the worst thing is, like, Kamala and those people like that, dude, are the worst fucking choice in this case because they're the ones that totally are like that, dude. Like, I'm not saying Trump is that much better, honestly, but he's, you know, at least seems to give a shit about the country, honestly. At least he did the last time around. It seems to be still giving a shit about this country is what it is, dude. Like, he wouldn't be running otherwise, for God's sakes. You know? Like, and that's the thing too. Like, looking back at that Dan guy, right? Like, he's talking about like, oh, being over there in Fallujah, Iraq, and fucking, basically storming people's homes is what it is there. And then you wonder, why 20 years later, buddy, why we have Islamic terrorism all over the United States right now. Why we have the terrorists that you assholes couldn't kill, or that you let get away as kids and shit like that, to now come back as adults 20 years later in their 30s and stuff like that, and now be the ones doing sleeper cells in our soil, thanks to fucking dipshit Biden and Harris, literally leaving our fucking border wide goddamn open for the last fucking 3.5 years. And the FBI themselves not keeping fucking terrorist lists anymore, wiping that shit out because they want to claim white men in America are the biggest threat to the fucking country and shit like that. So, yeah, it's all a bunch of bullshit is what it is, dude. And literally, the feds did destroy a bunch of files on, terrorist watch list guys, what it was that were Islamic terrorists, just to keep a bunch of files on white men in America that are American citizens. It's fucked up, man. And the real fucked up part is a lot of the guys that they were keeping files on were actual military vets in this country too. So, and why is that? You ask yourself. Well, it's quite simple, actually. It's because they knew that these guys that they gave a bunch of training to would be the ones leading the revolutions, the civil wars, etc. against them, is what it is then. So why else would you not put them on a fucking list is what it is, dude? Because you think they're a threat to your fucking tyranny in the future is what it would be then. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Here's an interesting one here. This is a minute-long clip. It was Trump announcing the death of Osama bin Laden, supposedly, because there's been talk that bin Laden was killed way early on in that whole thing, and it was just them, keeping his body on ice basically the whole time. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard that over the years, though, so I don't know if it's actually true or not, though. It wouldn't surprise me if it was, though. Just to give Obama's bitch ass a win. But yeah, Obama is so fucking evil, dude, for real. Like, that, like, just looking at this fucking guy right there, like, he just looks like an evil piece of shit, dude. Like, I swear to God, if his, like face, like, turned, like, a little bit darker red and just, like, horns just started sprouting up, he became the fucking devil at that point, like Lucifer himself or whatever, then I wouldn't be surprised by it, man. So, yeah, this was Obama announcing death of bin Laden versus Trump announcing the death of al-Baghdadi.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting. Even not going through the front door, you think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say knock, knock, man, come in.
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort. We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. We never do. Here we are.
May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. And I wrote 12 books. All the very
I'm not sure who had done that weird laugh track, because I guarantee that wasn't happening when Trump actually made that announcement. But yeah, like, that's the thing, right? Like, you got Obama being all like, oh yeah, we're gonna go in this whole thing or whatever the case be, and then meanwhile you got Trump being like, no, we killed this motherfucker, and this is how we did it. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, huh. Jesus. So then you got by the way, going back, because we've talked about this on this channel before, since we're talking about other stuff besides that damn guy's what it is. We've talked about the whole trans thing. Like, some people can pass, obviously, for the opposite sex is what it is there, dude. Obviously, at face value, this is one of the ones that can pass for a chick. When it literally has a caption, how many drinks would it take for you to forget I have a, and then it shows banana. So I'm guessing it means dick, honestly. And then, as Alpha Fox said, would die of alcohol poisoning. I mean, the thing is, like, you look at this person, that, like, at least I look at this person anyway at Facebook, like, that looks like a fucking female to me, dude. For the most part, anyway. The thing is, too, like, that's the problem with the whole, like, trans chick thing is what it is there, bro, is you have these ones like that can almost pass or very closely pass for feminine anyway. And then it's not until they open their mouths and start speaking, and it's like, because they've gone through usually male puberty is what it is there. And so you have that like really deep voice of like, hey, how's it going, buddy? Kind of thing, whatever. And I know there's actually like, because I was going to do another, I was trying to do some research actually here recently, because I was going to do another Grandstand at some point in the future about the whole trans thing is what it is there. And like differences of like stages and stuff like that, or like passability is what it would be then. And one of the research things I did, I was looking up like, I forget exactly what I typed into the search engine here on the site. But yeah, I guess there's all kinds of videos here on the site of just like random people who are like obviously born men who are now living their life as trans women is what it is there. And are teaching each other how to do like vocal lessons to sound more feminine. It's really fucked up, dude. Like it really is fucked up. And just really goes to show just like the levels of insanity going on in our society right now is what it is. But yeah, it's pretty wild shit though, man. But yeah, this individual here though, this blonde, like if I just looked at that person like walking down the street, I'd be like, oh, it's a good looking chick. And then just keep walking basically. So yeah. And that's also the problem too, is that it tends to be those kind of ones that can like pretty much pass is what it is, that tend to be the biggest liars of all in our society. And, they'll have like various, dates or get-togethers, people and stuff like that. And it's like you have a lot of those other videos out there where they're like, oh, should I tell this dude I'm trans? And then it's like, oh, I'm not going to tell him that or whatever the case be. And then it's like the next, like there was that one a while ago I was talking about. It was I forget who the person was, but it was basically some transgender person that was there, whatever the case be. And they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell us I'm trans or whatever. And then literally the next video of them, like they did like that split shot or whatever it is there, and it's like before and after kind of thing. And it was the after effect of them like either telling the guy or the guy finding out that they actually had a cock is what it was. And it's just this big old black eye that they got on the one fucking side of their face. And I'm just like, again, like don't lie to people. Like seriously, people, like stop lying to people. Like it's not that hard. Like don't lie to someone. If you want to get into a relationship with somebody where it potentially leads to a romantic relationship that is going to be sexual in nature, fucking be flat out straight with them at that point, bro. Like tell them the fucking truth. Be like, yes, I was born a dude. Now I'm living my life as a woman kind of thing. Like some people might be into that shit, honestly. But you'll never fucking know if you keep, whatchamacalling like that. So it's like you could have a meaningful relationship with somebody out there if you actually were truthful about yourself, but instead you just want to lie to society, and then you wonder why people want to beat the shit out of you when they find out you don't have a pussy is what it is then. Or even worse, maybe you have gone down to the bottom surgery and then you got this really weird like jacked up man-made thing down there is what it is. That looks all kinds of fucked up. And then God forbid, like some dude doesn't realize he does bang you anyway. And then finds out later on, like, oh my God, bro, like, whew, buddy. That would be some like again, this is why you have people being murdered in this country, dude. Over lies. Like, don't lie to people. Just be straight with them, dude. Some may be India, some may not be India. It's whatever. And yeah, you might want this one individual that may not want you in that case, but who fucking cares? Because who's to say you're not going to find somebody down the road that actually does care about you for you is what it is, man. And that's what pisses me off about these people, honestly, dude. It's like, stop lying to society and start being truthful to yourself and everybody else for that matter. Then, of course, you got the mental illness out there that I was looking at a while ago. And I'm actually going to show this one, too, because it kind of goes back to the whole trans thing, what it is, dude. Where it's just a couple of fucking nutters here. And I'm not sure if these people are the opposite gender of each other or what it is. If one is supposed to be a chick and one's supposed to be a dude, or one was born a dude and the other was born a chick, and now they're fucking just they-thems is what it is now. But, yeah, like, again, this goes back to show exactly why mental institutions should never make laws in this country, dude, for real, with this shit right here. So we got Jax 1, 24, they, them. Jax 2, 29, they, them. And then this is what's said by this nutcase right here with the beard is what it is.
Jax Squared, your least favorite trans autistic couple. In the last video, I said I was Jax 1 and they were Jax A. But a bunch of you wondered, well, how can you have the same names? First of all, we both have J dead names. I was J when I met them, and they were Jax when they met me. And I go, hold the fuck up. That's the coolest name I've ever heard. Would it be weird if I started going by Jax too?
Yes.
And let me know in less words that no, it wouldn't be weird if we were called the same thing. It's actually a lot easier to refer to us that way. We'll change it up every now and then just to make sure that you fucking weirdos out there don't think that there's some sort of power dynamic when I...
Yeah, it's us fucking weirdos and not you as a couple of motherfucking weirdos there, buddy.
Call myself 1 and them A, or them 1 and me 2. First of all, you don't have to be trans to change your name. Little Bobby turned into Bob, who turned into Robert, and that's just as valid.
Yeah, because the guy's birth certificate probably said Robert on it, you idiot. So he went by Bobby as a child because his parents called him that, and he went to Bob, and then he went to fucking Robert. Or it could be he went to Rob, too, at some point there as well. Like, again, that's fucking semantics bullshit right there is what that is. They're trying to justify their own retardation is what it is, man. That's what it really ends up being.
Trans people changing their names to better fit their identity is the exact same thing. But if you are trans, from our experience, changing your name first and trying to get people to accept that is a lot easier in the social dynamic of it all. Affirmation.
So basically trying to get people to accept your mental illness is much easier when you change your name. Got it. Okay, cool.
And validation comes in many forms, and little Bobby is going to feel a lot better when you call him Bob instead of little Bobby, just like we feel a lot better when you call us Jax.
I feel like this guy likes a little Bobby's a little bit too much there, man, honestly.
Until next time. What up? It's Jax Squared, your least favorite trans autistic couple.
Yeah, that makes total sense, by the way. Well, the autism also makes sense, but it's also kind of an insult to me as an autistic guy. Because, you know, I'm not insane like these fucking people are. Yeah, as some other people were saying in the comment section for that video. They said, and I quote, thing 1 and thing 2. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, again, I'm not sure if this is actually a biological male or not, dude. Because it honestly could be some trans motherfucker who's taking, like, testosterone like crazy, has a big old beard now. This one kind of looks like it's probably a biological female, though. But again, it could have been like some really fucking feminine dude, honestly. But again, this is just the height of mental illness in our society, dude. This is what happens when you have no real problems to deal with in a first world nation. So you create your own fucking insanity is what it is there, dude. And whether that be, like Hondo was talking about last night in his chat with the whole, you know, endocrine disruptors and all the shit in our food supply, water supply, etc. there, the microplastics, all that shit like that's causing all these, you know, infertility issues and fucking, you know, mental issues and stuff like that in people and trans issues in people and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, yeah, it's fucking insane is what it is, dude. Let's go ahead and read some of the comments in the comment section on this one, though. Yeah, this guy say, I'm guessing he meant good lord. Yeah, exactly. This guy said it correct. So why this virus is spreading so fast? Somebody else said, don't let the government raise your kids or else they will be like this. Exactly. Exactly. And this person just put hashtag feminism and hashtag gay theocracy. Somebody else said they have a TV show. Yeah, pretty much. There's just somebody doing like, oh, Jesus. I like this brain and tunnel guy's response. I support transformers and transmissions. Jesus. Oh God, that's too good, man. Yeah, I kind of agree with what this next dude said in the comment section there for those two fucking nutters. These two they thems up there. And it was, what's that now? Yeah, the guy said a lot of words just for them to tell us they have CP on their phones. Yeah, exactly. I would not be surprised at least if those people were pedos, honestly, dude. Especially the guy with the freaky ass beard in that situation. Like seriously, who the fuck colors a beard like that? Like it's just some creepy. That's like some creepy ass shit you do before you do like a drag show or something, buddy. I'll tell you, who this guy kind of reminds me. It reminds me of that Enzo Amore guy from WWE that calls himself a real one now in MLW. He's like that dude's doppelganger or something like that, but a little bit taller. It seems like. Yeah, actually, speaking of sidebar, there, I feel like those people are straight out of central casting, is what it is, dude. just nutcases. Well, like this person said, they're just freaks. So, we got Space Cowboy saying, guy just called himself I, but pronouns are they, them. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's the thing. They can't even get their own shit right, dude. And this Joel guy was talking about them saying that dude looks like a pedo. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Also, for those that haven't heard, Chris Tyson, the guy who is Mr. Beast's best friend, who is now claiming to be transgender. Apparently, there's a lot of evidence going around about that motherfucker now, meeting up with underage kids that were like 13, 14 years old, basically. And it's like, yeah, I'm not least surprised that piece of shit's a child molester. They all are, dude. Seriously, like. And I said it, like I said it on our X page last night, and all over my personal social media accounts for that matter too. I said straight up, I was like, anybody that is any of these giant channels that are targeting kids in this country right now, dude, that's an adult, like should be looked at as suspect as fuck at this point, dude, because most likely they're adult predators is what it is then, dude. Trying to get their hands on kids is what it is then. So anyway. See, this Rick guy said, now I've seen a bunch of videos, and they always start off, quote, a bunch of you were wondering, was anyone wondering, question mark. No, we weren't. That's the entire point, dude. Let's see. So this is where Droopy comes in and says, I don't like you. Let's see. Someone said, we call those people useful idiots, exactly. Yeah, this person here said, you do you, don't be mad if others struggle a bit. To meet your expectations, if you want acceptance and tolerance, you should give that as well. Exactly. And we got a person calling themselves Slightly Mad Bunny said, did he call normal people the weirdos? Exactly, dude. Well, that's what it is, right? Because they're trying to normalize their own insanity is what it is, dude. And that's what I'm saying. It's the whole Democrat mind virus is what it is. It's why you got Elon Musk now giving a bunch of money to Trump's campaign currently. Because he went on a whole interview the other day and was talking about, I think it was his eldest son or whatever, who's now living their life as a transgender chick is what it is. And it's basically how the woke mind virus got a hold of his kid. Now he's basically just trying to like destroy what essentially killed his son is what it is there, as he was saying it. Because that kid is now basically dead to him is what it is. Because they've gone down that route. And I think they were the ones that actually broke off contact with him as their father then is what it really is. So and it's just sad, dude. It's just sad as hell, honestly. Yeah. I actually like this one dude's response in this comment section. It just says, get the net, which I feel like is a reference to something I've talked about before, which is the whole mental institutionalization thing against these people, where they used to like grab them up in like butterfly nets and shit like that and then drag them off to the back of their, panel van that's all rubber. That's like a rubber van basically inside of it there, so they don't hurt themselves, and they just throw a straight jacket around them, toss them in the back of the padded walls of the van there is what it is, and then drag them and then drive them off to the nearest mental institution and then toss them into a fucking padded cell so they won't hurt themselves there either for that matter. So yeah, look at this Sandy guy said about those people that said, how about get a job, be a productive citizen, and get your affirmation from hard work. Exactly. And that's the problem. They don't want to do that though, dude. It's people that just don't want to work at all right now is what it is. So and then we got the memes from Skeletor saying you have a trans child is just another way of telling people you abuse your children until we meet again. Yep, that is very true, by the way. I've talked about it many times before, dude. Like, it's the whole trans housing stuff now is what it is. It's more or less the new variation of Munchausen by proxy is what it is there. And it's most of the time these, biological mothers that wanted a daughter, and instead of waiting, 20, 30 years so their kid could get married and have their own children, and then they get, a bunch of granddaughters or something like that, or even get a very sweet daughter-in-law for that matter, they'll sit there and tell their son, be like, oh no, buddy, you're now a girl and you need to be dressing like a girl and you need to have your fucking dick cut off, etc., etc. And then they create generational genocide. So instead of letting their kid grow up a normal fucking child, a normal little boy, you know, getting together with a girl later on down the road, having kids with that girl, and like I said, getting a potentially very nice daughter-in-law, and then who's to say a bunch of granddaughters in that fact as well. No, they literally just sterilized this kid at like 5, 10 years old, whatever it is. There were the hormone blockers and shit like that, the HRT stuff, etc. There, you know, that Lupron and stuff like that, and then you just completely wiped out like several generations of people in your bloodline at that point. Then, and it's like, how fucked up are you, man? That's why honestly, like, my heart breaks for people like that Chloe Cole girl, honestly, dude, because you literally had doctors in this country, and I'm pretty sure she is suing some of these doctors too, rightfully so, as she should be right now, because they literally told her parents when she was like 9 or 10 years old, they're like, oh, do you want a live son or a dead daughter? Like, who the fuck says shit like that to fucking parents of a kid, man? To push fucking hormone drugs on this child, man. And then, of course, they gave that kid a double mastectomy before she was like, I think like 14 or something like that. And then by the time she was 16, she finally woke up and realized, like, no, this is not what I want now. And realized this is all basically a giant scam. And then, of course, it's been, you know, too far along at that point where they, you know, she has like serious like chest pain every single day because she no longer has, you know, female breasts anymore is what it is, dude. Because it's all, you know, surgically removed is what it is there. I don't know if she went down any other pathways or not, because she might have sterilized herself with hormone drugs for the fucking know at this point, dude. So it's just a sad situation all the way around. And I commend that girl every single day of her life and every other one like her, man. Whether it be these girls that these piece of shit doctors claim with trans men and stuff like that have now, you know, rightfully detransitioned back into as close as a female as they can be now, or whether it be young boys that were told they were trans women and stuff like that and have now, you know, detransitioned back into the guys they were, and hopefully they can have kids down the road, you know? I mean, I doubt it, given the hormone drugs that they were on and stuff like that in most cases. They may have permanently sterilized themselves at this point, but, like, again, like, we have gone down a rabbit hole of society and gone down a terrible, terrible road where you had generation after generation where it was just, you know, like counterculture stuff, and then in the last 10, 20 years, give or take, you've had this fucked up culture pushing this bullshit on kids, and they're literally depopulating society is what it is, dude. And it is the Bilderberg Agenda 2030 shit, dude. Legitimately. It's the depopulation agenda that Bill Gates, the George Soros, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all of them have been pushing this entire time. So, anyway. But continuing on with the rest of this article, or continuing on with the rest of the comment section, here's what it is. Yeah, and then you got this Thomas guy saying about that crazy trans couple there. It said, who finances their life? Clearly, they, them are unemployed. Oh, it's all of us, dude. It's all the American taxpayers that pay their fucking ways, what it is. You got Republican Reflection saying, wait, did that clown guy just call us weirdos? That's hilarious. Exactly. And somebody else said, keep doing your affirmations. In addition, turn off the video for a long time. Yeah, exactly. And then that Republican people said, quote, your least favorite trans autistic couple. One thing, got one thing right, which is what they obviously at the very beginning of this one there. Yeah. Like, seriously, what a couple of fucking nuts, dude. Like, those people are just clearly mentally ill is what it is, dude. And that's what I'm saying. It's that pure mental illness in our society that keeps running wild is what it is. Like, if we seriously were back, you know, even like 60 years ago right now, dude, you would have these fucking lunatics be locked up in a mental institution right now for this kind of shit, as they should be today is what it is, dude. Like, that's truthfully the one thing Trump did wrong, was allow these nuts to walk free after that shit, dude. Oh, Jesus. Fucking Jesus, dude. Somebody did a mashup where it's Kamala saying, help us arrive in America, And it says Modern Democrats, and then it turns into some like Modern Democrat guy wearing a Nazi uniform. I mean, it is true. It's spot on, bro. It is very, very fucking true, my friend. Like, that's what they are anymore, dude. They're the fucking brown shirts of our country nowadays. Huh. Whoa. Apparently some dudes on a, looks like shipping vessel of some kind, were shooting at a boat that was trying to, like, Pirates of the Caribbean their asses at that point. And the motherfucking boat blew up. And people were like, hey, were they using explosives on that too? Because it's like, yeah, it might have been like some kind of incendiary round for that matter, dude. Who knows? Something crazy is going on there. This one here is actually pretty much spot on, which takes us into our next story after that, because I'm going to do this in between them. It's an important reminder that this is what DEI in practice means. No white people because they hate you.
Yeah, I walk into the room and very rarely does it look like anyone reflects my community or my friends or my circle. And so I decided, hell, focus group of one, team of one, I'm going to just hire myself again and again and again and again and again. If I want to increase the numbers of that.
So it's saying her ass is only hiring women of color. There is what it is.
Diversity, or especially black women in tech. I'm going to do it myself. And so as I looked at the resumes.
So you're admitting that you're doing racist hiring practices, which should see your ass sued out of existence at this point? Gotcha.
That were not diverse candidates. I just started pulling from my group of friends. Started pitching them, and I was like, girl, what you doing today?
Yeah, so you're hiring a bunch of people that have no experience whatsoever just to push your own fucking race bullshit is what it is, bitch. Dude, I really hope people that were looked over at this company that she is the head of or whatever, dude, I hope they sue the fuck out of her racist ass at this point, dude, for racism. And racial discrimination, because that's what she needs to be sued for, honestly, at this point.
You like your job? You don't like your job. The first black woman I hired, it was like, okay, great, fantastic. Oh, we didn't even know she existed. I was like, I know, I got her. And then the second one, it was like, okay. The third one, it was like everybody kind of paused. And then by the time the fourth one came along, yeah, I got the call, which was like, is there anything? HR. Yeah. Is there anything wrong with the candidates that we are sending? And I was like, no, totally fine. They're like, well, it seems as if you're hiring a certain type of person. And I was like, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, it seems like you're a racist piece of shit that needs to be sued for racial discrimination, bitch.
And then they were like, well, is there any way that we can help to make sure that we're looking at a broad range of candidates that you have a wider pool of people to hire? And I was like, did you tell homeboy down the hall that? Mm-hmm. Did you tell him that he shouldn't hire any more white men? Because I don't think so. Right.
What a racist cunt, man. I really hope that they fire her ass for that shit, dude. Like, she really needs to get sued for racial discrimination, dude. Anyway, so that goes back into the next thing I want to talk about here, which is that piece of shit Maxwell Frost, literally jerking off Kamala at this point. Which, by the way, if those don't know, Maxwell Frost is David Hogg's best buddy. He was one of the March for Our Lives dipshits down there in Florida. He's been an anti-gun fuckboy for his entire adult life at this point, and has basically pushed anti-gunner lies forever, is what it is, since he was like 17, 18 at Parkland, that's what it was. And not only that, but literally paid for his entire congressional race with credit card debt. He literally maxed out credit cards he had in his name to pay for his entire congressional race. He didn't have the money on hand to actually pay for the damn race, dude. Which, that alone probably should have been a disqualifier. The fact that you didn't have any actual cash on hand to pay your financials for the fucking race, buddy. Not to mention his disqualifications for, I don't know, running on an anti-gun platform. Should have been the first fucking go around because he's an oath-breaking piece of shit before he even got in office there, dude, is what it is. But yeah, you got this fucking dick smoker now saying, Dem Rep Maxwell Frost says, calling Kamala Harris a DEI hire is like using the N-word. What a fucking retard, dude. By the way, this little fucking asswipe 26-year-old, I think is what he is right now, like 25, 26, something like that, is the same dipshit who went on record here in like, what was it, like 3-4 months ago now, talking about zombie guns, which are basically just pieces and parts of other guns that they said were destroyed after gun buybacks that the cops just simply took the fucking slides off of through the actual receiver piece that actually has the serial number on it into a, burn pile, whatever the hell it is there, or just destruction pile, however they want to destroy them, whatever it is there, and then just simply took the barrel, the slide, etc., and sold that shit off to other people as it was. Then to put on other guns, it would be them. And that's there referred to as a zombie gun. Like, you just made up nonsense. What it is there. Anyway, it says, piece of shit Maxwell Frost has argued that calling Kamala Harris a beneficiary of diversity, equity, inclusion policy, which she fucking is the equivalent of calling her the N-word. What a fucking retard, dude. Like, seriously. How did this fucking dipshit ever get in office there? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the congressional district who represents there in Florida is Miami, and it's completely 100% Democrat primaries, dude. As soon as this fucking clown won a Democrat primary against a bunch of establishment Democrats, dude, because of his age and fucking basically pushing for anti-gun bullshit of a fucking demographic that wants anti-gun bullshit is what it is there, dude. His dumbass is able to become a congressman by default at that point because there was no Republican challengers in that November election then. Which, again, is exactly why we don't have congressional seats in that entire fucking area then is what it is, dude. Fuck this fucking clown. Kick his ass out of office. Strip that congressional seat from the state of Florida is what it is. And simply merge it into someplace else would be then, dude. I'm a better fucking congressman at that time. Anyway, so appearing on CNN's newsroom with Jim Acosta, Frost made the case for Harris's selection as Democrat Party nominee, despite having no real mandate to do so. So he explained he is going to continue to use all these racist dog whistles throughout the campaign. I'm thinking he's Trump at that point. So we're going to see it from Trump. We're going to see it from J.D. Vance. We're going to see it from a lot of their surrogates. In fact, just yesterday, one of their surrogates was saying if we don't win, we're going to have a civil war to get our agenda through. By the way, for those who don't know about that one, I think I talked about that last night, but I'm not sure, honestly. That was one of the idiot rhinos here in Ohio named George Lang. He's a state senator. And what he was basically saying was what we've all been saying at this point, which is that Democrats are going to lead us to civil war. But he said it really stupidly is what it was. And then what's even dumber is that he backpedaled on the whole fucking thing later on. Like, don't backpedal on it, bro. Like, take it. Do what needs to be done, bro. Like, call these fuckers out and stand by your fucking morals is what it is, people. Seriously. It's fucking stupid. Because all you do with backpedaling is you're basically pussing out is what it is. You're pussing out and you're showing you're a fucking spineless sack of shit. Doesn't mean an office anymore is what it is. Which, by the way, I'll point something out anyway, is that George Lang shouldn't even be a state senator here in Ohio because he literally had to flip-flop the General Assembly while being termed out back when he won that race. And he was going against another Republican named Candace Keller, who would have been a way better fucking representative of that area. Would have been way more 2A, would have been way more pro-life, etc. George Lang's just a fucking party line Republican is what it is, dude, for real. He's also an old-ass motherfucker at this point. I think he's like 60-something is what it is there. Yeah, that's what it said here. It was Ohio State Senator issues groveling apology for saying it will take civil war to save U.S. if Republicans lose elections. This one right here's what it is. There was a Trump Vance rally the other day where he said that's what it was. Said Lang sparked backlash for saying, I'm afraid if we lose this one, it's going to take a civil war to save the country, and it will be saved. He was speaking the truth at that point, dude. The problem was he didn't stand by his fucking convictions. You know, when you have pieces of shit like Tim Ryan 2 years ago during the 2022 Senate elections, when you have that motherfucker going against Vance, and literally you had Tim Ryan calling for the murder of the MAGA movement, talking about killing and confronting the MAGA movement, dude, and not immediately being thrown out of that race at that point. Never issuing an apology. 2 years fucking later, he still hasn't done that shit. Tim Ryan hasn't. But he got pussy asses like fucking Lang being like, oh, I'm so sorry I said the fucking truth is what it is. No, dude. Fucking stand by your goddamn convictions, old man. Or get the fuck out, and I'll take your goddamn seat myself, motherfucker. Because I make a hell of a better state senator than your ass would at this point, buddy. Because I actually have the fucking balls to stand by what I'm going to fucking say, dude. And you're damn right I'm going to fucking spark controversy as a state senator then. Because I'm going to be pushing my own fucking agenda of constitutionalism in this fucking state and finally take us back to where we should be, which is at the top of the fucking heap for pro-2A shit is what it is, buddy. And being a pro-life state on top of that then. Because I would also, as a state senator at that time, start filing lawsuits against these fucking pieces of shit that were behind that bullshit version of issue 1 last year that should have never been allowed to even become law in this state because you're literally generational genociding the unborn at this point in history, dude, which is direct violation of Article 1, Section 1 of the Ohio Constitution that talks about life. And yet nobody's brought up lawsuits against that fucking piece of shit legislation based on that alone, dude. Even though that alone should fucking take it out, make it null and void. But anyway, going on to read this other thing before we go back to Frost's article there. So the Ohio State Senator has issued a groveling apology after he said it would take civil war to save country if Republicans lose 2024 presidential election. At a rally in Middletown, Ohio on Monday night, Republican State Senator George Lang took the stage before Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's newly named running mate. So Lang's remarks began with chants of fight, 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 echoing Trump's chant in the immediate aftermath of the assassination attempt. So before he dived into a speech in support of Vance and former President Trump, said, "We are in a fight for the soul of the nation. We are in a fight for our kids and grandkids, a fight we could never imagine. I believe wholeheartedly that Donald Trump and Butler County's J.D. Vance are the last chance to save our country politically. I'm afraid if we lose this one, it's going to take a civil war to save this country, and it will be saved." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying that, dude, because it's the fucking truth. Shit, dude, I've been saying that for fucking 4 or 5 years now. It's what we're going to have happen in this country. Anyway, so he continued and said, "It's the greatest experiment in our history of mankind, and it will come down to a civil war. I'm glad we got people like Bikers for Trump on our side." It says backlash quickly erupted on social media from Tom Cook, who is challenging Lang for the state senate. Yeah, by the way, Tom Cook is also a piece of shit Democrat, calling Lang's comments dangerous and saying he won't stand for this type of rhetoric. Go fuck yourself, Cook, you dick smoke. This is Republicans against Trump. By the way, shocker, a bunch of anti-Americans against Trump is what it is. Posted on X that Lang's comments were incredibly dangerous rhetoric. Says the motherfuckers whose Democrat buddy Tim Ryan literally called for the murder of the MAGA movement, dude. Fuck you guys, you fucking piece of shit. Hypocrite douchebags. Eat a bag of dicks, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. You're a fucking bitch, Lang. You should have just been priming out anyway, you fucking asshole. And it goes on from there and talks about dipshit Kamala and stuff like that. Calling for Trump and Vance to apologize over the speaker's comments. Such fucking ridiculous. This is what it is, dude. Said Lang later took to X to apologize for his choice of words at the rally, saying he regrets the divisive remarks. So they're not divisive, dude. They're fucking truth. Like, stand by your fucking convictions, old man. Let's go ahead and see what this other asshole Tom looks like anyway. Because I guarantee that fuckbag is actually pushing bullshit anti-government garbage is what it is here. So... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call this shit out here in a minute, actually. I'm going to go find that clip of Tim Ryan literally calling for the murder of MAGA people at this point. I'm going to do that shit in real time right now. Tim Ryan calls for murder of MAGA movement. I'll have to pull this down for a minute and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. This was back in 2022. Which, like I said, Tim Ryan, almost 2 years later now, has yet to respond to this, dude. So I'm definitely going to call out the hypocrite piece of shit Tom Cook on that one. So, anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just looked at this fucking idiot's thing. By the way, speaking of what I was talking about with the Oathbreaker military guys there, Tom Cook himself, retired Army intel officer running for Ohio Senate seat 4 because democracy is on the line. Fucking clown. And I said to him, yet almost 2 years later, you piece of shit hypocrite Dems are fine with ex-Congressman Tim Ryan calling for the murder of the begging movement. Get fucked, Cook. So, I'm actually not even going to block that dude. I'm going to let him get back at me. If he fucking is, I'll fucking go into Twitter with his ass at this point, dude. I'll fucking go to war with this goddamn guy if I have to. In fact, I'm going to put a second poster on X. Sorry. Damn, everything's coming up. Shit. There you go. This is the guy I was talking about in that post. This piece of shit right here is the asshole who literally killed a kid, claiming he was MAGA. Like this fucking Democrat guy right here is what it is. Murdered 18-year-old Kyler Ellison back in 2022. And this was literally like a couple days after Tim Ryan's bullshit about killing the MAGA movement, dude. So anyway, I'm sure that fuckboy Cook is going to hit me back at some point here in the next couple of days. Try to start talking shit at myself on the network about the post I just made there about that fucking buddy is what it is there. So, you know what I say? Fuck him. Bring it on, bitch, because I'll fucking come right back at your fucking intel officer ass, buddy. Now you're a fucking oath-breaking piece of shit, douchebag. So, anyway. Then we got Andy No. I'll let the trans stuff a little bit here for a sec. Got Andy No talking about this shit. It says trans person has been arrested for allegedly attacking a woman in a woman's Christian shelter using a sword on July 18th. Victims' internal organs were exposed in a brutal attack at Miracle Hills Shelters in Greenville, South Carolina. Michelle Silva Perez, a biological male who identifies as a woman, is being held in isolation in the men's section of the county jail. Perez is facing charges of attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Female victim's condition is unknown after she was transported to a hospital for emergency surgery. And this is the nut that caused that injury, is what it is. God, look at that fucking... That's like some demonic fucking evil right there, what that is, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. So... Anyway. Let's see. Going back to that fucking dick smoker... Maxwell Frost shit, though, because obviously he's talking about nightmares, what it is. We got my tangent, though. Yeah, it said, talking about surrogates, talking about Civil War, said, so this is an organization, right-wing campaign that's going to be racist, misogynistic against the vice president. You mean the cheater-ass bitch called herself vice president? It's not even fucking real vice president, you dumb cunt. Frost. Just like your ass really isn't that congressman at all. You're a fucking cheating piece of shit there, too. Because you gerrymander the fucking area you live in so blue that there's never going to be a real race there and you get in by default as a one-horse race. Yeah. Fuck you, Frost. Douchebag. It said, Frost said we're going to stand on those issues, and that really means is the fact that Kamala is qualified. No, she's not, dude. So they want to call her DEI president. She's not president, dumbass. She's a DEI candidate is what she is. And so has more experience than Trump and Vance combined times a million. What the fuck, crack? Are you, like... Take your fucking lips off the crack pipe, kid. Seriously. Get the goddamn crack pipe out of your mouth, Maxwell Frost, you fucking idiot. Like, I swear to God, dude, that kid's head is shoved so far up Kamala's ass. At this point, it's not even funny anymore, bro. Yeah, what a complete fucking tard, man. Again, this is why anti-gun little shit stains shouldn't be allowed to hold an office in this country, dude, ever. Because they're all a bunch of oath-breaking fuckboys like Frost is. Let's see, we got gunshot reenact shows blood spray and headpieces absent from Butler rally, roof sniper aftermath, blood brain should be sprayed all over the floor, or all over the roof. Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? So apparently somebody did a reenactment of how this kid would have been killed, or whatever the case was, because it was attack 50 that the snipers were using that day, and they were essentially saying if they had killed this kid, like there should have been like brain matter all over the place, not an intact head for the most part. And it is very fucking weird, dude. Like it honestly kind of makes me wonder if what really happened that day, like I'm not really going to go off on a conspiracy theory at this point, but it does make me wonder, honestly, if that kid wasn't already dead and it was just somebody else like shooting. Because it would make sense, especially when you had that rooftop, when they showed there's videos coming out now where they showed where the FBI was staged at in the building there as it is. And you literally have like a clear sight picture basically to where that kid was, like far off on the roof. Like you could have literally had somebody in that room, like pulling out their own gun and like taking a fucking shot at this kid and like killing him then or whatever the case be. And then just like keep shooting. And it could have been one of those fucking bullets even that hit Trump for that matter, for all we know. So nothing was surprising me at this point, dude. Hell, who's to say that kid even fired a shot at all, dude? It could have been the people like directly behind him firing the shots, and it basically did like a weird like ricochet off the roof, and then like, you know, right towards Trump's head is what it was. Then it, you know, flipped his ears. What it would be then when he turned his head then. So who knows? All I gotta say is thank God, like miracle of God, dude. Thank God he survived that assassination attempt, because had he not, like, oh my God, dude, Devs would be going for broke right now when it comes to anti-gun shit right now. Like they would have already tried to implement and push through and like ram through a bunch of shit like the Go Safe Act and try to do assault and ban shit based on that thing's what it is. And oh my God, bro, it's just so fucking bad, so fucking bad. Anyway, going back to what was said about Frost here in this article, though, it says Frost. Has a reputation as one of Congress's most radical leftists. Back in January, he proposed legislation to take down the Statue of Liberty after Republicans discussed legislation aimed at securing the southern border. And again, how is that not an auto DQ from office, dude? You're literally talking about taking down our fucking nation symbol because you're a little fucking cunt. Yes, especially Democrat Rep. Maxwell Frost. Republicans might as well take down the Statue of Liberty if they're going to demand a secure border. Go fuck yourself, you little dick smoker. Says last year, he also described Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as a fucking fascist while addressing a conference in Chicago. It says Democrats are keeping it classy today. As today's Mute Roots Nation conference said here, Florida's socialist Maxwell Frost, a junior congressman, calling his state's Republican governor a fucking fascist because he disagrees with them. And there's the actual post there from a year ago. So.
I come from a state that's run by a fucking fascist. And when yes, boo. And
just to point something out, Maxwell, if you actually had an actual fascist as a governor or as a president right now, dude, you wouldn't be alive, motherfucker. I'm just gonna say it like it is. They would have pushed your ass up against the wall right at this point, bitch. Like that's what would have happened. If we were actually living in a fascist country, you know, like I don't know, Hitler's Germany, Stalin's, fucking Russia/USSR at that point, Mao's China, yeah, you would have been in a fucking mass grave with a bunch of other assholes, buddy. Because it would have been you and all these other people being put up against the wall first after you did fucking color revolutions, what it was then, you idiots. Just to be clear, because I know people are going to take it out of context, I am not wishing ill harm on Maxwell Frost or any other Democrat. But yes, they are fucking retarded and they have no idea about real history because they're fucking morons, is what it is, dude. Just like any fucking moron that thinks I'm wishing harm on these people, which I'm not. But you know who is wishing harm on these people? You know who is wishing harm on people, though, dude? Is piece of shit leftists in Michigan right now who are literally killing guys with ATVs. Leftist thug deliberately runs over elderly Trump supporter in ATV over a yard sign during politically motivated crime spree in Michigan. Yeah, so the left-wing thug this week committed 3 different crimes in Michigan targeting Donald Trump supporters, including running over a helpless elderly supporter of Trump with an ATV before reportedly killing himself. So fucking left-wing nut job. Let's see, he has a gun in his hand too, for that matter. It says Hancock County Police Department released a statement revealing that around 5:45 p.m. Sunday, the suspect drove an ATV onto the yard of an 80-year-old man who was posting up a Trump sign in his yard. The old man was subsequently struck in a deliberate attack, said Hancock County PD. Also noted that the thug also vandalized 2 vehicles for displaying pro-police stickers and flags. So the injured Trump supporter was transported to hospital for several injuries following the violent attack. He remains in critical condition, so he possibly could die at this point. Hopefully he doesn't. I mean, if he did, he is 80 after all, but still, I mean, you know, hope to God he makes it out alive as it is there, dude. So below is the press release from the PD there regarding the incident. So Monday afternoon, local news affiliate reported that the Hancock County PD received a message from an individual on Salem Street in Quincy Township stating they wanted to confess to horrendous crimes. The person also said that they wanted the department to, quote, send somebody to pick me up. It said, when officers arrived at the scene, they discovered a 22-year-old male suspect dead at the scene. Said he had committed suicide by a single self-inflicted gunshot wound. The local news affiliate also reported that police deputies obtained a search warrant for the residence and recovered several electronic devices in the process, meaning like cell phones or tablets, whatever the case be for that kid has what it is there. So these will be examined by police forensic specialists. Got to take this apart real quick. Since ATV used in the incident was discovered as well, along with clothing that the suspect had been wearing at the time of the attack. Since these despicable attacks on Trump supporters came days after 45th President of the United States was nearly assassinated by a 20-year-old Democrat donor. So even worse, now former DEI-loving Secret Service Director Kimberly Chattel refused to provide adequate security for Trump at the rally and allowed for agents to guard the roof this piece of shit shot from. Said Hancock County Police Department has not named the perpetrator even after his demise. Investigation remains ongoing. So fact, you know what? I'm going to call out fucking Democrats again on this one, dude. I'm going to go back to X and call out this piece of shit, dude. In fact, I might just call out that piece of shit cook by name at this point, dude. Yeah, I posted that beside, hey, Tim, Tom Cook, care to condemn your Democrat buddy's recent attacks on Trump supporters? I guarantee he's not going to, though. Apparently, these two people were doing some kind of a thing where they had money on the table, and the dude was so you had this chick who was doing something with a coin in one of her hands, and you got the dog over in the corner here helping out the guy over here by basically telling him which hand she has it in, and he gets to pick a bill off her thing, is what it is, then every single time he wins. It's just funny. Yeah, she looks over the dog like, you fucking helping this guy? What the fuck, bro? Well, I mean, they are man's best friend, you know? So there's that. That's funny, though. Yeah, this is correct what you said here on this one. We're talking about Kamala's BS polling here, who it is. It says, recap, Kamala's neck and neck with Trump in polls as Wisconsin rally draws 3,000 supporters. That's fucking nothing, dude. Yeah, it says these polls are oversampling Democrat voters to make it appear as if Kamala is competitive. She's not, by the way. Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors what it is, dude, for real. It's a bunch of retarded bullshit is what it is, dude. Okay, this one's just funny. We gotta talk about this one for a sec there. You got Liz Truss from Fox News there saying, I think there have been some brilliant women, American women, in politics, but I don't think Kamala Harris is one of them. She's right about that one, bro. She's right about that one. That's good stuff. So we got nope, never happened. Let's see what this person said. Over at my dad's house today helping with some household chores. He lives in a very rural area of a very red state. At the end of work, we went to one of the nearby county bars, kind of place that farmers, truckers, legit cowboy boot wearers, and working class go to unwind with a cold one. Vice President Harris was on the TV, and the local gun shop owner said to his auto mechanic friend since high school, you know what? She ain't so bad. The economy is recovering. Nobody's rioting. And we're standing up for the world stage again. Can't believe I'm saying this, but old Oklahoma Cams got my vote this year. What the dude, that is such a fucking lie. Like, it's not even funny, dude. This shit never, like, exactly what this guy said, never fucking happened. And then so this person claimed, looked around, and all I saw were heads nodding in agreement. Heard a few calls for yes, sir, and damn straight from the men around me. Even saw the lonely ball cap wearing farmer in the corner raise his drink with a nod. Yeah. All in your fucking mind, you lunatic leftist. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I actually added one to that. Well, that's kind of funny. Which is basically calling this person a nut job. I said, and then the orderly opened up the psych ward door and said, "You okay, bud? Heard you were talking to yourself again." Meaning the person that posted that on Reddit. So, yeah, dude, Reddit is such a fucking leftist shit show, is what it is. Oh, and then we got this asshole right here. A bunch of TikTok is talking about, who is some Democrat douche. Let's see. Michigan State University professor Josh Cohen demonizes white Christian males over a proposed school voucher system while also claiming school choice will, quote, weaken our democracy. I've said before, I'll say it again, dude. Like, this is exactly why tenured professors need to be the first ones on the fucking chopping block to be fired. Because if you've worked for someplace long enough where you think your job is safe and you can say stupid bullshit like this, nah, your ass needs to be out the fucking door immediately, asshole. All right, let's see what we got here now. I think we're going to do a learn something here today, is what we'll be. So we got, where has this been all my life? So we got pint, quart, cup, third of a cup, 2/3 of a cup, teaspoon, tablespoon, 1/6 of a cup, etc., etc. This is a big little chart thing is what it is. So we got gallon, which equals out to 8 pints or 4 quarts. And then it's all the other stuff right there. And then we got how many cups a gallon equals out to, etc., etc., all down to like half gallons, teaspoons, tablespoons, all that stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's like a crazy matrix look at what it is. So. Anyway. You know, it's funny how I remember a while ago that idiot Andrew Tate was talking about dudes being gay or whatever the case be. And it was basically his weird analogy of like Hulk Hogan with a puss versus Megan Fox with a dick, basically. And it's just funny that he said that because he got Hulk Hogan back in Trump here this week. So, and let me tell you, good old Terry has a big old cock. Or at least I've heard anyway. I know, I think it was Bubba the Love Sponge had an affair with his wife. Well, yeah, he and Hulk were buddies, and they were basically having like weird orgies with each other's wives, as it was at that time. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say this was after Hulk had left his kid's biological mother, so it wouldn't have been his first wife that was like in her 60s or whatever. It would have been like his girlfriend, fiance, whatever at the time that was like maybe 40s or something. And I don't know if they end up breaking things off after that or not. I can't remember. I haven't followed Hulk Hogan's life for years now, is what it is. So, but I do remember that story years ago because it's something popped in my head now because my brother, when we went to the Arnold Classic years ago, my uncle, it was the three of us going in there because my brother wanted to go get something signed by Bubba the Love Sponge. He was going to be at Hulk Hogan, or he was going to be at the Arnold Classic there. And I don't know if Hulk showed up there or not then. I know Arnold did. I know there were some other celebrities there too. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to see anybody realize what it is, but yeah. That's like the one, going back to what I was saying in that earlier stream too. Like not wanting to go to a rave, basically. Like, yeah, my fear is just like big ass crowds now in 2024, dude. It's like, I don't know. I think it's just anxiety for me is what it is. And it goes back to about, 15 years ago or so when I was in that big old crowd there on Classic. And it's just, like it's fine when I'm just sitting here like this or whatever. But like imagine me sitting here like this or whatever. But I'm like walking right. But like where the sides of the chair are here, there's like people like right there. and your body is like this, kind of like crunched up and stuff. And you got people like both sides of your shoulders. You're like knocking shoulders basically with other people. Is what it is, dude. Like trying to like wade through the crowd. Oh my god, bro! Like it is just like it's literally like grab a freaking bag and just start like breathing in and out into it because you're in like panic mode. Like I've never felt claustrophobia until I felt that. Really, is what it is. And I never want to experience shit like that ever again in my life. Is what it is, man. And not to mention, then like I said, about 15 or so years later now. The reason why I avoid crowds, period, at this point is because you never know, dude. Like, fucking all these left-wing nutters out there that want to do a fucking massacre in our country, dude. Like, they usually tend to do them in big old crowds, people. So, last place I want to be is out in a big old crowd is what it is there. So, anyway. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And then you got this bullshit from the cunt Muller herself, claiming, we have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democrat nomination. Not a single person voted for her, and she's acting like she won something. Truly live in communist clown world. Yep.
So, Wisconsin, I'm told as of this morning that we have
Her
earned
voice is so
the support
just,
of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination.
It's just like so whiny, dude. Like just whiny, irritating, just like nails on a chalkboard. Like get away from me, cunt. So I'm not going to show the whole picture because it probably will give me a strike here on YouTube. But I want to show the top of it, what it says here. It said, anyone remember this? 1992, reminder of why you don't stop for quote-unquote protesters. And, of course, the guy on the ground with his head, fucked up there, is Reginald Denny, who was almost beaten to death during LA race riots back in the day by 4 black males, who, by the way, all got off way fucking earlier than they should have, is what it is, dude. And the ironic part about that is, it was those 4 black dudes that were like 20s to 30s, give or take, that were trying to kill Reginald Denny there at the fucking one corner of, I think it was like Normandy or whatever there. It's where they burned down. It's where the same assholes burned down the local liquor store there after they looted it to nothing. This is what it is. Which, by the way, they also burned down the gas station right by that liquor store, and neither one of those places has ever been rebuilt to this day. Over 30 years later, people. And why would you? When you had a small mom and pop business and probably two different people own the small businesses there, you just destroy their livelihoods in your little fucking retarded ghetto to where they can never actually come back from that. Even if they had insurance, they're not going to have enough to cover rebuilding the place. And even if they did, why the fuck they rebuild it in your shitty neighborhood, dude? Now they're going to go, 20 blocks that way or 30 blocks that way or something like that and go to a better neighborhood and build there. Or better yet, they're just going to pack up their entire fucking livelihood, whatever money they got from that insurance if they had any, pack up their vehicle, pack up their families, drive to another state and open up a business there is what it's going to be that actually gives a shit about them and live comfortably in that place now. And the worst thing about that is then now they potentially have a hatred of these folks just across the board now. It's like a hatred across the board now because these fucking idiots over here fuck with their businesses and destroy these what it is, dude. So it's just pathetic and disgusting all at the same time, man. And it's why we see in places like, Minnesota, Wisconsin, etc., they had a bunch of BLM terrorism going on in those states. And they've had places burned to the ground there, and there's still empty parking lots now, dude. Because again, when you burn down the local, franchisee guys, Wendy's that he spent his entire life savings into, or McDonald's, wherever it was they were put in your area, yeah, that person can't afford to rebuild because you just destroyed their fucking livelihood, you dickheads. And again, even if they could afford to rebuild, why the fuck are they rebuilding your shithole neighborhood, dude? Fuck you. Like, no, they're going to pack their stuff up and go elsewhere, what it is, man. And the one story I think is really, really sad from both those time periods, both the 92 race riots there in LA and also the 2020 rioting there, is that it was 2 different black dude stories, actually. You had this older black guy and the LA race riots there who had spent his entire life saving every penny he had to work his ass off to do that, is what it was. to just get this like small repair shop going, and you had these piece of shit youths come in there, jack his computer, which mind you was like one of the Apple ones back in the day that cost like $1,000 back in those days or whatever. Then jack his stuff, then try to jack his cash box, etc. there. And then there's a video out of him. It's one of the ones that Count Nicola did for his Roof Korean video for the Absolute Mad Lad things a while ago now. A couple years back, it was there. And it's him with a hammer in his hand being like, why y'all steal my computer? All this other shit like that. And then he's like basically like about to like go hammer top of some people's sources there, dude. And then to the 2020 rioting there, you had a different guy who had opened up a business, again, spent his, life working his ass off so he could afford to open up this, mom and pop business there is what it is, little restaurant there. Didn't even have a grand opening yet, and these fucking BLM terrorist pieces of shit literally smashed the windows out of this place. As the guy's in there the next morning doing an interview with the local media, these fucking assholes came back in and were trying to steal his fucking safe out of the place, dude. And he had to literally run them off. Now, granted, I know that guy in that case got a huge GoFundMe, thankfully, from people that were actually want to step up and help him, try to rebuild what it is. I don't know if he actually rebuilt in that city or not, dude, or if he just took his business elsewhere and rebuilt it there is what it is, which probably is what he should have done, honestly. But yeah, it's so disgusting, dude, is what it is. You got these gentlemen who are actually good, hard-working black men who give a shit about this country, give a shit about creating something for themselves and their families, etc., and the community as a whole is what it is. And then you got these little dickhead fucking welfare queens, the fucking idiotic morons of the fucking children of these dipshit cunts that'll go out there and fucking steal and, pillage and everything else like that, people's livelihoods. And it's these same dickheads that are BLM terrorists, etc. there, that are going to be the ones voting Democrat for their entire lives, dude. It's fucking disgusting is what it is. So... yeah, and speaking of black folks that get it here in this country, you got this woman here talking about how Trump earned his spot, Kamala's being handed hers.
Trump earned his nomination through free elections. Everybody who was in the race with him, he beat out because of people showing up and voting for him.
Yep.
He earned his nomination. Nobody finds it strange that Kamala doesn't have to earn her nomination.
Yeah,
they
bullshit.
just don't tell you who the fuck gonna be there. I'm starting to think that this was the plan the whole time.
Of course it was.
How strategic at this point, how close we are, pre-election's over, that they say, well, he's dropping out and we got Kamala. This shit was a setup. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing the whole time. But they say that Trump is a threat to democracy. What kind of democracy is this when the people don't get to choose who they want to nominate?
Well, it's actually called a theocracy or a dictatorial oligarchy, which is what the Democrats are planning to create right now. But in reality, we're supposed to be a constitutional republic, so it is, with the Democrat voting process. That's the big difference people don't understand, dude. And now I guess there's talk of Kamala possibly picking that idiot Mark Kelly as her running mate. So... just what America fucking needs right there, dude, is these two fucking clowns. So. Oh, this is also pretty interesting. I do want to talk about this one as well before we go today, which I'm going to go here in a couple minutes. What it is. I think we're going to finish off with the story. Here's what it is, though. So, you got Swiss billionaire who lives in Wyoming, Johann George Wass. I think this is, I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the same billionaire that Ohio Secretary of State Frank Barroso talked about. That Democrats didn't want to put Joe on the ballot, but were willing to like basically cuck so this motherfucker could sit there and finance their entire campaigns and shit like that. But yeah, this Swiss billionaire guy has direct ties to shooter crooks, but also has ties to Maui Police Chief John Pelletaria, who with the FBI covered up the fires there in Maui, and for the commander of the Las Vegas mass shooting massacre, who along with the FBI stonewalled his own department, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and the mayor. But it doesn't stop there. Talking about Swiss billionaire actually met with the Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock, who said CIA asset in parentheses there, in Paso Robles, California, multiple times over the 2-year period, or over a 2-year period. This is also meeting 1 month before the Vegas shooting at an Indian casino in Slavic, California. Was the Chimish Casino. This is a Swiss billionaire guy illegally donated hundreds of millions illegally to the Democrats. And yeah, what they were doing, this is what people were talking about yesterday, is what it was. It says, told Harris campaign is already using actively money laundering scheme, 20 million from that same Swiss billionaire, also known as Hassig Traus, born 19 September 1935, Swiss billionaire, and was broken down into over 1.6 million donations across 400,000 donors. And what people are saying with this is, I guess they're called Smurf donors. What it is something that the dude who was Project Veritas, that James, what's his name there? He was actually discussing it. It's something we've been talking about for years now, actually, on this channel, even, dude. Like, I personally been talking about it since 2020, when you had BLM terrorism donate like $1 billion to Act Blue, the Democrat fundraising wing, is what it was there, so they could pop it up to their Democrat voter base, is what it is there. So, in fact, I'm going to see if I can find that right now. Smurf donations. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This is one of the ones that pops up in the first thing I look at Smurf donating. Or Smurf donations. It was checking out this terrifying story, election integrity, investigative journalism. Investigative journalist Peter Berger, who discovered the sleazy Smurf donations where Democrats allegedly money laundering tens or hundreds of thousands of donations through unaware elderly people, was arrested for an obscure crime, stimulating legal process after he started filing complaints. And it gets even more outrageous. The notification of the charge wasn't served on him or accompanied by a summons as required by Wisconsin law, which said it will be dismissed without it, and also filed a motion to dismiss with the judge ignored. Said they're not just going after big names like Trump. They're not just going after conservative attorneys. The left has expanded their prosecution to anyone doing excellent work in the areas of election integrity. This is full-on fascism and terrifying, since we could be all be targets from it. Yeah, it's fucked up shit, dude. And like I said, I think should be one of these going down further. Let's see. Yeah, Smurf donations via ghost identities, aka dead people. Let's see what some of these. Who are the worst Smurfs? Fraudulent donations. Let's see. Biden, Warnock, shocker, Tammy Baldwin. So, yeah, that Peter guy was saying here, he said Tim Michaels' campaign has had a complaint filed against them by citizen Julie Shayers. Says Michaels has been caught in the smurfing, aka campaign money laundering. He ran for governorship in Wisconsin in 2022. Contributions from Smurfs, 918 different donations from various Swiss banks. Is there, dude? Fucked up, bro. Yeah, and that's how you got Kamala's 100 million raised in less than 36 hours. So. Yeah, as Brett guy said, throws $90 million in funds directed to Biden purposely last week. They now release that through Smurf donor accounts and small donations to falsify the percentage of support from Kamala's ass. What is there? And people are calling it out here, talking about these people here, Voter Protection Project, saying, you appear to be Smurf fraud organization. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am wrong, please just answer one question. How are so many of your donors able to donate up to $10,000 but appear to be, quote, unemployed? Yeah, this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, this is the kind of shit we need to have. This is exactly why I've said many, many times we need to have money caps and power in this country, dude. And no, this kind of shit right here, these fucking Swiss billionaires and stuff like that, need to have every goddamn dime that they fucking have freezed and seized every last one of their fucking assets, dude, across the board right now for shit like this, for voter fraud, for for breaking voter integrity laws, etc. So, and that's explaining how it's all done with like, you know, one giant donation into like multiple like fake people's what is there, whatever. Yep, and there's a bunch of list of people right there for unemployed folks that is there that's supposed to donated, 5,000, almost 5,000, 4,000, 4,000, 10 grand, 5 grand, 5 grand, 5 grand. Yeah, real shady shit, bro, for sure. It's fucked up, man. So, I feel like I'm gonna try to find James O'Keefe. I think that's who it was I was looking at right now. Yeah, here we go. It's 20 hours ago. That's what's supposed to hear. It says James O'Keefe exposed Democrats' massive money laundering operation. Contributions were made through Act Blue and citizens all across the U.S. Over 200 million laundered. It's called smurfing, the activity of laundering money by conducting a large number of small transactions through banks and individuals. One person contributed $217,000 through 12,000 different contributions in a 3-year period in variations of his name and address, thousands of transactions laundering thousands to millions of dollars apiece. It's fucking nuts, dude, is what it is. And like I said, when you look back into it, where did all that $1 billion in fucking donations from Hollywood, etc., to BLM go to? Most of it went to Act Blue for the Democrats back in 2020. There's what it was, dude. I've been calling this shit out for over 4 years now, dude, myself. Yeah, as this guy says, the Act Blue is a money laundering campaign to take millions of dollars from the wealthy donors and break it up into sub-$100 payments by using identity theft. Many of these people had no idea that so many donations were made in their name. You know, I'd like to know how I can find that out right now, because I want to know if my name's been used for this kind of shit, dude, or my mother's for that matter, even. Because by the way, I want to point something out. Neither she nor I have ever donated a dime to any political candidate in this country, dude, in our entire lives. So I would like to know where I can find, potentially things that if it's like donations in your name or whatever the case be, like find out how to do that shit or whatever the case is, dude. Because I want to know if people are donating money in my name or my deceased mother's name or any of my dead uncle's name or anything like that is there, dude. So, anyway. And this Freedom Piper said, an Act Blue funds abolitionists, those who want to abolish Western society. Mm-hmm, exactly. And it goes on to say here by here. We'll go ahead and repost that for later to goes there. So, yeah, the right girl said, oh my God, this is a huge story. This could very well bring down the Democrat Party once and for all. It fucking needs to. This terror person said, maybe we could get some DAs to file charges in each state on this Act Blue crime. This JD Sharp guy said, launder cash through manufacturing artificial support you can use to justify future voter fraud. Yep, exactly. And that Gunther Eagleman guy said, money laundering at its finest. Yep, exactly, bro. This person underneath him said, there isn't any tactic or scheme Democrats won't employ to grab and hold power. With them, it's never a question of right or legality, right or wrong, or if it's legal there. And then we got Democrats. Nobody but us is above the law. Exactly, dude. So you got this multiple person talking to Keith here said all money donated fraudulently. A person's name should be refunded by Act Blue to that person. Everyone would then search their name and hope for a big payday. That's what needs to happen right now, dude, for real. Yep. And then we got one of the congressmen to Cheadle. Go back to guarding Doritos. Oh, I got to hear this one, dude.
You know what else is dangerous? I believe your horrifying ineptitude and your lack of skilled leadership is a disgrace. Your obfuscating today is shameful. You should be fired immediately. Go back to guarding Doritos. Tell how you're back.
By the way, that bitch Cheadle did resign then. She needs to be in fucking prison right now for high treason is what it needs to be, dude. Yeah, this DL guy said it correct here in the comment section before we go here. He said, and yet Trump is now a convicted felon for a cover-up of his lawyer's $130,000 campaign contribution. Make it make sense. Oh, it doesn't, dude. That's the entire point. It's all fucking Democrat bullshit hypocrisy and criminality is what it is. So, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Well, here's the thing about this, right? Because Kamala was never elected vice president, she's a fucking cheater, is what it is. But yeah, so this was 1989. Former President Gerald Ford predicted that the first female president would actually be elected vice president. The president will then die in office. Yeah, well, again, either Joe is not president, Kamala's not vice president. They're both fucking cheating assholes, dude. It's as simple as that, really, literally. Yeah, somebody else called it and said, how did Kamala raise $81 million in a day? Smells like this. Yeah, exactly. The smurfing shit that they're saying there. So. Yeah, and as this person said here in this article thing here, said, for example, it took us no time to find New Orleans resident named Cornelius Menanox, who's listed as unemployed but nevertheless donated to Act Blue some 847 times between January 4, 2021 and December 31st, 2022, in amounts ranging from $1 to $100 for a total of $18,276.54. And here's the house listed as the address for those donations. We found it by looking up the address on Google Maps. So yeah, it's a fucking duplex this person supposedly lives in. And they somehow donated almost over 18 grand to Act Blue. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yeah, so nobody who lives at that home or is listed as not employed has $18,000 to give Act Blue over a 2-year period. That's what the rest of that little clip said there what it is. So. Yep. This person said it correct as well here on this one with this meme, which is Democrats can't win without cheating. Damn right. Damn right. And so we are living in a Democrat Party police state. Unbelievable how we went from the freest country in the world to a totalitarian police state run by Democrat tyrants. Well, it's not really a Democrat Party police state. It's a dictatorial oligarchy of both Dems and Rhinos Unity parties. What it is, dude. Because the fuckers have been in power for decades and decades. So, but yeah, real fucked up shit, dude, for real. So anyway. Yeah, and as this chick said in that tweet the other day here, said, there is zero chance on the planet that in 24 hours, 880,000, mostly first-time donors, donated $80 million to Kamala Harris. Woman who got less than 1% of the vote in 2020 has a 37% approval rating and is polling worse than Biden. They are laundering money through Act Blue. How stupid do you think people are? Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Well, that's what it is. They don't want us to look the shit out, is what it is. All they want us to do is fucking nod along and be like, yep, I'm going to believe this bullshit. And sadly, there's some people out there that will, dude. It's people like fucking Honda's one buddy there, to some extent. There you go. So when you click to donate to Black Lives Matter, it takes you to Act Blue. If donating money goes unclaimed, Act Blue disperses that money however they want. These are the top expenditures so far in the 2020 race back in the day. You had $186 million, some change, to Bernie Sanders 2020. You had $120 million to Biden for president. Had almost $100 million to Warren Presidential Exploration Committee. Pete for America, which is Buttigieg's thing, and the total of $78 million. Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee, which would be the ones that get the Dems in there into Congress, almost $56 million. Amy for America, which would be that bitch Klobuchar, and the total of $43 million some change. Friends of Andrew Yang, $31 million. Democrat Senatorial Campaign Committee, $31 million. It's so fucked up, dude. And somebody said all goes to Antifa. No, it's just there's some that do go to their idiot ass, dude. It disperses down to them as well, because it's, Soros paying them off a little bit here, a little bit there to do their terroristic acts as it is there, 4 or 5 years ago as it was now. So, yeah, it's just fucking creepy, dude. It's just very disturbing what it is, dude. This Mike Waltz guy said it correct a couple of years back now. Said, reminder, Kamala Harris is ranked as the most liberal left-wing senator by nonpartisan GovTrack. She is to the left of Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. She is the squadron commander of the squad. And that was yesterday at 1:58 a.m. So, yep, he's right about that one, though, for real. And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day then. But yeah, we need to deal with this shit, dude. Voter fraud needs to be an immediate arrestable offense in this country. It's time to start arresting these fucking billionaires like Johann, George Wass, et cetera, and freeze and seize all their assets. Is what it is, bro. Because until we do that, this is gonna change, man. Until we take these fuckers down once and for all, nothing will change, man. So. And it's time to take down the bullshit in this country. It's time to take down the fucking criminality of the Democrat Party and the rhinos that support their asses, is what it is. It's as simple as that, really. Fuck Kamala. Fuck Dan Barkhuff. Fuck Dan Barkhuff. Et cetera, dude. They're all a bunch of scumbags. They are the worst of the worst people in our society. And they are just complete scumbags with this, dude. When you're trying to literally have a fucking Warhawk be put back into the fucking forever wars, like, you're a piece of shit, dude. Go fuck yourself. There's a reason why many military vets in our country are just complete assholes, is what it is, dude. Even Duke called it out the other day. And by the other day, I mean, like a month or so ago is what it was now. Where he was saying, like, yeah, some of these fucking guys should never been in there to begin with, what it is. And he's right about that one. Because there's a lot of fucking people that are just mentally deranged as fuck, dude. Yet they somehow are able to pass through the fucking system and get into the military services, is what it is there. And a lot of times it's because we're so desperate anymore because of fucking idiots like Biden and Kamala, et cetera, dude. Kicking out good qualified people for their fucking woke-ass trans agenda bullshit, is what it is there, dude. And then you wonder why our military looks like a fucking joke right now. And that's one thing about that Dan guy. He wants to sit there and talk shit about Trump, dude. But guess what, buddy? Underneath Trump's leadership, dude, you actually had one of the best militaries in this country for 4 fucking years. And it wasn't until dickhead Biden and Kamala cheated their asses off to get in the fucking office there and push this DEI woke bullshit garbage into our fucking military system that you had a bunch of good people start retiring out and be like, no, fuck this, we're not going to re-up, etc. And now you have them so starved for combatants and stuff like that, for future anything at this point, that you're now having them enact drafts on kids again, dude. To the point where now both male and female at the age of 18 are going to get fucking drafted potentially in some bullshit forever war, what it is. And fuck that shit, dude. You want to see what's going to cause a civil war in this country? It's going to be that shit right there, man. And that goes up to you asshole Tom Cook, as well. It's you motherfucking Democrats that are willing this shit into place, you fucking douchebags. And I'll be goddamn if I let you fucking steal seats of power in my state, asshole. And I'll tell you right now, dude, if Lang somehow, quote-unquote, loses that race in November, I'm immediately filing a fucking lawsuit in the state then, dude. Because I will never let pieces of shit like Tom Cook ever take a Senate seat in this state right now, dude. Because you know damn well that guy cheated his ass off to get in that seat of power would be then. Through massive voter fraud, through fucking Smurf donations, etc. There's what it would be, man. And I'll do the same exact shit with a couple other races in the state right now, dude, because I know for a fact Democrats will cheat. They have cheated before. They will cheat again. They will continue to cheat every fucking chance that they get, man, because they're worthless pieces of shit in general. And it's as simple as that, really. So, anyway. On that note, I'm going to call it a day. I got some stuff I got to do in a couple hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will be back later for another, probably Aftermath. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm going to do, like, back and forth every so often now. Whenever I do, like, unless it's, like, right after Honda's chat or something like that, I'll do an Aftermath based on those now. But then pretty much every other time, it's either going to be a Grandstand, and then it'll be an Aftermath after that is what it'll be. So that way I'm not doing, like, 505, 506, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. there real quick. It would be like 505 here, whatever the case be, or 504 here. And it'll be, Aftermath 18 or 19, whatever it is now, and then so forth and so on. Back and forth, so it is there. So, anyway. But, other than that, though, I think the next time we'll be back legitimately, unless something crazy happens in this country in the next, 12 hours or so. I think we probably won't be back until Buckshot Thursday tomorrow is what will be then. And then from there, I'm hoping to get out Friday morning and do some buy some reseller shit then from the Unclaimed Freight place. And if I can get that done on Friday morning, sometime Friday afternoon, like 1, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there, maybe 3 o'clock at most, I will do a reseller Friday. That's what it will be. And then like 6, 7 that night, I'll probably do a Freedom Friday. That's what it will be then. So anyway, other than that, that's pretty much the schedule for the rest of the week, potentially. Again, it all depends if I can get out Friday morning or not with my cousin, if he actually has time to do some stuff or not. Because like I said, I really want to get out with him again and do some stuff, but unfortunately it's been, I think the last time we were over there was at least 3 weeks ago now is what it is, maybe almost a month ago now. And I got a little bit of cash on hand that I would like to turn into some more stuff so I can then eventually, maybe pack up another like half a tote or something like that so we can then take it to one of the flea markets around here sometime in August then, and I can just sell off a bunch of stuff, for X amount of dollars it would be then. And hopefully walk away with at least a few $100 cash it would be then. So that by the time, August, end of August rolls around and we actually do sell the house to the new buyers, what it is then, the property to new buyers, and I would become a renter, I could at least have, a portion of a month's rent as it will be then, or at least enough to get me, the gun cabinet I've wanted to get for a while now. And then I can at least put that and secure it in the house and how it is there. So, but yeah, other than that, that's where we're at for the day, though. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Fuck Dan, fuck Tom, fuck all these fucking Democrats. They're all a bunch of scumbags. They're all hypocrite sacks of shit. They will always call out the so-called rhetoric of the right, but will never call out the hypocrisy of the left and the fucking actual murders that their fucking constituency is committing against Trump supporters right now, dude. Because if they were to do that stuff, it would prove that they actually have morals and integrity, which they obviously fucking don't and never will, because they're fucking scumbag, asshole, piece of shit, wannabe, Hitlerian, Nazi, fucking cunts. Go fuck yourselves, you fucking piece of shit Dems. Peace out to everybody else. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be carrying, because you never know if some shit like what happened in Michigan is going to happen to you if you were a Trump supporter in this country. Be armed and ready for anything in this nation to happen. And be armed and ready for the fucking Dems to activate their sleeper cells and try to create martial law in this country very soon. Because they will try to do that. They will try to do everything that they fucking can to keep Trump out of the White House again, including another assassination attempt on both him and probably J.D. Vance too on that one is my guess right now, dude. And that is the last thing we need to see in this country. Because if they do it to those guys, they will do it to pretty much everybody they fucking can at that point, man. And it will be legit Nazi Germany 2.0 in American soil, dude. And fuck that shit. Later, y'all. Peace out.